Okay folks, like I promised, here is my Super Bait Tank 2. It's been a good one over the years, but it's time for some upgrades. The tank itself is still good and solid. This is a 30 gallon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get this thing up to date a little bit. Alright folks, here's all the goodies I got. You can see where I got it from. Great people, easy to work with. I told them what I was looking to do and they hooked me up. But I got me a new box, slid right in there with no problem. Got the filter media right there. I like that. And here's the Danko that I was telling everybody about. This thing puts out so much air, it's ridiculous, and it doesn't take away from your pump pressure, which is kind of neat. What we have here is the screen for it. It kind of diverts the water all one direction. The reason I like this Danko Venturi is the fact that it goes at the tail end of the system rather than at the very beginning. The other one at the beginning, you know, the keep alive style, the air comes in, it actually goes through the impeller in your pump. And the theory is that the impeller busts the bubbles up, makes them smaller, and gives you more oxygen, which it probably does. But this system here puts out so much air, it is just not even funny, and you don't lose the water volume. So if you used to figure the water volume and the air volume coming into it, because of the velocity of the water, more bubbles and more oxygen. Another reason I like it is that this is serviceable. It can be taken apart. Right there is the nut on it. You can take it apart, and it's got O-rings in here that can be serviced. It can be taken apart and cleaned. Alright, the other thing, I got me a new light to go inside the bait tank, so we're going to bring this baby up to the new standards here. Okay, so here's what I've done so far. I marked where the bottom of the filter box was. See those marks on each side? I know it's hard to see, but I marked both sides. I marked the height of the bottom of the filter box, and I'm going to mount my pumps now. I decided where to put the hole for the Venturi. I'm going to put it right about right there. That way it's about 6 inches up off the bottom, and that should help keep from getting the small particulates stuck in the pump, whatever the filters don't catch. Okay, after locating the Venturi, what I've done now is I drilled the hole for it. I stuck it through the back, and then I took the back plate and screwed it on the front and marked all my holes. Drilled them through. Now I'm going to take it back apart, put that on the back where it belongs, and then put the front piece on. Just makes it a whole lot easier. And there we are. We got the holes, got everything figured out where it needs to go. Now I can start putting this part together. A nice clean installation right there. Looks good. Here it is on the back side. And it does clear the filter box with no problem. There we are, installed. See, it's a real short piece of pipe in between the two, and the way I installed it. I'm sure I could do it a different way. I could have moved it a little bit closer to the side over there maybe. But I like it right here in the middle. It'll be underneath the filter box, out of the way completely. A little short piece of pipe on it, looking at it about 2 inches long. That makes it where it's kind of rigid. It don't move around that much. But if I need to get to it, I can pull the main filter box out and get to it really easy. Alright, gonna get her started here. Pretty soon, all the pumps are in. You can see I got one on the very bottom. That's the bilge. That's going to pump everything out. That pipe runs up to this thing here, comes right up to this right here. I got a nipple on it, right, flip it down, plug my hose in, hang it over the side of the boat and drain it. There's my oxygen, or my air, and there's the pump that controls everything else. I haven't drilled the hole yet, but I'm going to put a hole right down there at the bottom, right next to the intake, about a 5/8 hole. That way I can put a bait tank plug in it. That way I can drain it down the regular way, and then once it gets where it can't drain anymore, I'll pull that plug and then let the bottom equalize, and I can pump all the water out except for maybe 1/4 of an inch at the very bottom. I got everything running out right here. And what I'm going to do, there's my light. Pump 1, pump 2, and air. I'm going to build me a little box right here, a little small box. Put my 3 switches on it, and put a little stone on the inside of it just to filter the air going into it.